What's up, guys? Welcome to UGE Brothers Vlogs. It is time for another episode of Savage Kitchen. Woo woo! Anyway, guys, so I'm doing something crazy today. Again, like I said, I was taking a break from the Ninja Foodie recipes for a little bit, do some other stuff, and I did get that HelloFresh order in this week. So basically doing some. Hello, Kitty. Kitty says hi. I'm working on some recipes from HelloFresh, and I'm actually doing something Eastern. I'm doing Bibimbap. I've actually made something like this before, and it actually turned out to be really, really good. This is actually a Korean dish. It's super awesome, super healthy. I actually really like. I'm fascinated with sort of a lot of Asian cooking simply because what they do with a lot of vegetables and herbs and broths and stuff, it's just fascinating. It's something that really the Western culinary culture hasn't done for a very long time. So it's really interesting. This is actually really healthy, very balanced. And actually, I'm using ground beef in this today, but you can make this vegan, you can make this vegetarian, you can make this pescatarian. It doesn't really matter. I'm using ground beef. You don't have to use ground beef. You can use tofu, you can use egg, you can use fish, you can use chicken. It doesn't really matter. The core of the dish is still the same. So, for all you guys out there who keep asking me for vegan vegetarian dishes, this is actually one of them. I personally am not going to leave it that way and putting ground beef in it, but it is absolutely wonderful and delicious and amazing, and definitely worth a try, and especially super different for, I'm sure, a lot of you guys out there. So anyway, guys, let's get cooking. Peace. Alright, guys, so here we have it. This is another one of my HelloFresh recipes, but this is so easy. Bibimbap is such an easy recipe to make. In fact, most of these ingredients I keep in my house on a regular basis, with the exception to maybe that little bit of ginger root, but that is all good stuff. Easy to get, cheap, inexpensive stuff. So, guys, it is so worth trying this, and it's so easy. You don't have a ton of skill. So basically, all I'm going to do now, and the longest part of this entire recipe really is just prepping the vegetables and making your sauces. That's the longest thing, and it's just so simple to do. It's pretty crazy. So basically what I'm starting, I wash my zucchini, I cut the ends off, I slice it in half, and I go ahead and cut them in half moon shapes. Then I wash my mushrooms, and you can use pretty much any kind of mushrooms you really want in this dish. You're just gonna get creative. In fact, you can change up the veggies. You really don't even have to use the ones I'm using here. So give your mushrooms a nice slice, then wash your carrots, cut the ends off, and then just give them a nice peel on the outside. And then what you're going to do is take your peeler and just run it along the carrot and shave into very thin strips until you get to the core of your carrot, and then just toss the core. Now with your scallions or green onions, all you're going to do is cut the root off. Again, make sure you wash them, because those things always have dirt in them. So just wash them. And then you're going to go ahead and separate. You're going to give it a chop, but you're going to separate the whites from the greens. The greens are going to be sort of the topping of this whole dish, and the whites are actually really interesting. We're going to do something kind of cool with these, which is really easy to do. Then you're going to want to take your garlic and your ginger and give them a mince. Now with the ginger is pretty strong, so if you're really not used to it, give it a try first, and just kind of pick how much you want to really add into the dish. But ginger is great for you. So peel your ginger, give it a nice mince, crush your garlic, give it a nice mince, and set it all to the side. You see everything's sort of laid out here on my board here. It's just really nice, real ready. Everything's ready to go for what I need to do. And then once you get to this point, everything's just boom, so quick. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get sort of my toppings, my sauces ready to go. So I'm taking the scallion whites, putting it into a nice little container, and I'm putting white wine vinegar and salt. What this is going to do, it's actually going to pickle those vegetables. Pickle them, and it actually adds a really nice complex flavor to your dish. And just the pickled veggies, which is a real popular thing in a lot of Asian dishes, actually cuts down a lot of the fat in whatever meat you might choose. So it's really good and adds a sort of a bitterness. It's amazing. Set that to the side. That's going to pickle, and then you're going to make your sauce, which is simply just sesame oil, soy sauce and sriracha, and you just make this to taste really. You stir it up until it's really, really smooth. You can put more sriracha, more sesame oil, less sesame oil, more sauce, soy sauce. It's really up to you what you like. I always tell you, make sure you try your sauces. Try them. It's delicious, by the way. Oh, and you do want to make sure you add a little bit of sugar, about a teaspoon to a tablespoon of sugar into that sauce. That's going to cut down on a lot of the acidity, and it's actually going to bring the flavors together. So don't forget that. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pan heated, put my rice in, which is just a little bit of jasmine rice. You can pick whatever rice you want. If you want to use brown rice or basmati rice, jasmine rice, doesn't really matter. Just get that ready to go. Bring that up to a boil, and while that's coming up to a boil, go ahead and get your veggies started. All I'm doing is putting a little oil in the pan and just cooking each one of these vegetables until they're just soft, maybe a little bit of brown, especially the zucchini. I like them to have a little bit of brown on the outside of them, but you don't have to do that. You can just cook them till you're soft. It takes about 4, maybe 5 minutes per vegetable, and you're just going to put them into a bowl. If you see that bowl right there, just put all your vegetables together in that bowl. It's not going to hurt anything. Just put them all together, and you're going to use that in a second. But it only takes about 4 to 5 minutes per vegetable, at least till it gets soft. Mushrooms as well, I like to cook these until they get a nice even brown on the top of them. And I'm just putting a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper in each vegetable, just to bring out those flavors of those vegetables. Once that's done, set that bowl of vegetables aside. Take your hot pan, put a little oil in it, and then you're going to put your ginger and your garlic in the pan, and you're going to heat that until it starts to get really, really fragrant. It doesn't take long, probably a few seconds, until you really start smelling all that together. I like to get mine a little bit more crispy, so I put mine a little longer because I like the crunchy bits when I'm eating it, but it just has to get fragrant. And then go ahead and put your ground beef in there, brown it thoroughly. And then you're going to want to drain your excess grease. And once you do that, put it back in the pan, and you're going to put soy sauce in here. I'm using just a low sodium soy sauce. And then you're going to gradually increase the temperature once your soy sauce is in there until all the liquid evaporates. And what you're going to see is a sort of a darker ground beef starts to get a little bit crispified with that sauce, and it's just banging delicious. So you're gonna get that ginger flavor, that garlic flavor, and that wonderful soy sauce flavor in that beef. It's banging good. Now keep in mind, you don't have to use ground beef. You can use whatever protein you want depending on your dietary needs. So pick what you want. This could be vegan, this can be vegetarian, this can be pescatarian. It doesn't really matter. You can choose whatever veggies you want. You can sort of play around with it. Everything, the core of this recipe all stays the same. So just get really, really creative. First and foremost, big shout out to these freaking bowls that I have, man. They're so freaking cool, and they work perfectly for this dish. And it is beautiful. Like the colors and the fragrances in this dish are just amazing. Pops in your eyeballs and just makes your mouth so watery. It's just crazy. I could not wait to try this and then just get a little bit of it. So you actually put your pickled veggies and your scallions on top of it, and you just put that sauce on top of it. It's, oh my God, delicious. It smells so damn good. And this dish is crazy, crazy hearty. Oh my, it's just a flavor explosion in your face, man. It is amazing. It's hard to describe. It's one of those very, very interesting dishes that all the flavors from all kinds of different things just come together to make magic. They make magic happen in your mouth, man. It is insanely good. Even Joe loved this dish, and he doesn't really eat a lot of this stuff. He's not very, very experimental when it comes to these dishes, and he loved this dish, man. And you see here, after I drained you take all that vinegar out of it and just leave just the vegetables themselves once they're pickled, by the way. So you want to make sure you drain them. Don't put all that vinegar in your dish and salt. And you just lightly sprinkle that sauce, man. Oh my God. In fact, if you are a spicy lover, you want to add a little extra sriracha, There's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times, what people will do here is put like egg on top. I've even heard of people putting raw egg in this dish. So it's just crazy cool. Egg would probably been pretty bang, especially nice little over easy with that egg running, yolk running into the rice. Probably been banging delicious. But look how beautiful this dish is. Wow. Boom! What's up, guys? That is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. This recipe was so awesome, and it's so easy, and it's so healthy, and there's so many different ways you can change this up and make it yours, guys. Give it a try. It is so worth it. So worth it. Anyway, guys, I've got to get to the gym, so I gotta get going. But guys, be ready. There's so much stuff coming out, including some of the gym stuff, which we told you guys about on the main channel, that is coming out for you guys soon. So be ready. We are changing things up on every single thing. It is awesome. I'm excited about this year, man. This year is gonna be great for sure. Anyway, guys, comment, like, subscribe as always. If you're interested in any UGE merchandise, of course, check out UGEbrothers.com as well as Teespring. That is available to you. The store section of the main channel, Urban Ghost, Urban Exploration, as well as just our Teespring store, which is posted on every description, as well as the main. Guys, it is a beautiful day, and I gotta get to the gym, so I'm out of here. But I love you guys. Peace.